What's going on, man?
Just enjoying the Sunday.
It's a beautiful one.
It's beautiful here too.
It's a beautiful day.
It is. Hey, look, Stu's here. Hey, Stu.
Morning, guys.
hmm
How's North Carolina?
Oh, it's all right, I guess. All things considered, pandemic-wise.
You can't be from North Carolina based on your accent.
Thank you.
Are you from North Carolina?
Since I was like 8 years old, yeah, and then before that it was South Carolina. So.
Wow, you must have educated parents.
Well, don't you get that, Randy?
Is this already being recorded? Before I comment on that.
No. But I'll click it on now.
Okay.
But
then I'll simply ignore that.
I can cut it. Yeah, simply ignore that. But just yeah. The session's being recorded. I can chop off the front pretty easy before I post it too. So there's that.
Did I see Kevin might not be able to make it?
He's not making it. It's not
Got it.
I feel for him. Construction's going to start at my place. Hopefully next week. Hopefully Monday, but that never happens.
Are you going to let it get in the way of gaming?
No, it shouldn't at all. It shouldn't at all. It's just going to be a zoo around here outside with the construction. Going to be a lot of cleaning, vigorous cleaning I can see at the end of the day of work. But actually, someone put it well, if you don't feel like you have enough time, have a job and build a house.
Yeah.
At the same time.
I believe you.
But fortunately I have a contractor, so I'm not expected to do much, but there's much to do.
Well, I lived in my shed for 2 months while my house was being worked on, so anything less than that, and I just got to say, look, man, you need to get your priorities straight. If you can live in a shed.
You probably liked it for a little while, right? Getting all minimalistic and just getting a routine.
I put a double bed. I put a queen size bed in this 8 by 16 shed, and I had a video projector and a projector screen.
Okay. Did you put on nature things all over, like a cube, like in like when they do science fiction movies and give people virtual environments?
Yeah, no comment.
Another no comment. Just hitting sensitive areas all around so early in the morning. Well, fortunately, sooner or later, someone's going to put an axe in someone's face, and everything will be all right. But yeah, since I'm wearing my my Scottish cap in honor of our UK brothers who can't be with us today.
Yeah, that's too bad. Considering he's our muscle.
Yeah, exactly. So what do we always say when Toss not around? Don't get in a fight.
Yeah.
You guys always get in a fight.
That's kind of my motto anyway, but
you folks can't help but get in a fight. You go looking for fights.
Hey, Anders.
No. Hello.
The wig, Anders. It's very nice to see you. You don't go looking for fights. You're a peace-loving guy.
Peace-loving guy.
Wine, women, and song.
Yep.
Good things.
Maybe some gambling.
Not going to find that. Not going to find this on this plateau that you're stuck on. But I hear you. I'm on an island away, cut off from urban debased culture as well.
That's nice.
Yeah, it is. Yep. It is. It is. All I got to do is go to the city and remind myself, right? See a fucking bunch of homeless people and go, okay, I'm ready to go home now. But that's what you guys are on. There's a plateau 200 feet up in the air with no discernible means down. What do you think about that?
I bet Cree has some rope, and I hope Gabriel shows up. He commented on something this morning, right?
Just like our federal response plan to the pandemic. We'll punt.
No, it's all going to be fine. We're just going to magically get down the face. Don't worry about it, man. It's going to be okay. We'll be down there before you know it.
Why don't you just roll down there with your snail shell and tell us what it's all about?
Oh, I knew it wouldn't take long before the taunting starts.
T minus 0.03 seconds. Okay, so you got a snail shell on your back. Just insults hurled immediately.
It wasn't exactly the tone and intent there.
No, it's
Hey,
good.
Cree, Lumen's got a snail shell on his back. Do you know that? Everyone's making fun. Everyone's pointing at it right now.
Welcome, Gabriel.
I don't know. What's the wigs comment? Is it styly or not? You're a man of fashion.
Not so styly. Not so styly.
No,
but really unique. Sorry, I was just updating. Mr.
Wig
Wig leveled up. He's now a level 4 charlatan thief thingy.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are they like at 4th level? Are they
a little better saving throws, a better attack bonus, a little better at sneaky stuff, and a few more hit points.
Yeah.
So that was one of those levels that I got a better attack bonus, actually. So they kind of spread out. But since I never fight, I mean...
Yeah. Sneaky stuff. Go do sneaky stuff.
I should
We've got
do that.
3 players of this party get exceptional attack bonuses from surprise. Imagine that. I imagine you do you get a backstab feature much like the thief and the Veridel can kill
I am a thief. I am a thief. That's my class. For
you get him styled.
I pimped him a little.
Very much. Pimped him very much, yeah.
So let's see here. So would this plateau, how did we end up there?
You came to its edge and then walking to see if you could get around it, you are finding that you are on a plateau. It doesn't make sense because you
I remember now. Yeah.
You walked into the valley, came across a clearing with strange owl statues that you couldn't get an exact count on, and then proceeded onwards, came to the rim of the plateau, and it was just a cliff, came to a cliff wall, and then exploring the edge of the cliff wall, came to realize that now you are on a plateau and the whole valley is 200 feet below you.
Yes, and that was that area where the snow had melted and everything that we tried to enter and exited on the other side. Now I remember.
Yep. It took you more than one attempt to get into it.
Yeah.
It had to take Lumen putting his hand against it into the magic field.
Would it be possible to scale this wall for a thiefy character?
Yeah, but it's 200 feet. It'd be a 200-foot free climb. We'd have to figure something out on that. But yes, because that would be like going down. How high is El Capitan in Yosemite? Is 200 feet just no joke, or is 200 feet a breeze and easy?
Well, it depends on who you are.
Oh, 220 to be
Yeah.
exact. It looks like Lumen's got exact figures.
So how much total rope do we have between us? I have 50 feet.
I have no rope.
None.
I do have a winter blanket though.
All right, so that gives us like maybe 3 feet.
I've got about 2.5 feet, but it's holding up my robe. I don't think you want to see that.
Yes, you
Will
really
it
don't
go
have any
away
either.
to your junk?
Lumen also does not have rope.
You got a robe, not a cloak, so you just look shapeless, you know?
Just ask me what else I don't have. I don't have anything, pretty much. So
You look like Bart Simpson in a muumuu.
no, that's not.
I mean, not Bart Simpson. What? God, I can't even think of the dad's name. Homer Simpson in a muumuu.
What's a moo?
It's a drape that you wear if you're a very large person, just to
It's like a tent.
cover everything.
It's like a
Like a
poncho.
tent.
A poncho.
Yep, a poncho with flower print.
So
Cool stuff.
Lumen's just gonna look over the edge and see if there are some like little ledges or something, sort of halfway down. If we wanted to stage this thing, if we could just hang out there while we fix the ropes and do that.
Yeah, not a lot. It's pretty sheer, but accomplished adventurers of the heroic nature could probably get it done.
Well,
Your average fool would just shouldn't bother.
There's 3 slinkers here, so we ought to be able to do this.
All right, so just for completion, does Gabriel, does Kree have rope?
He has a rope and he has the wire from his kind of ballista hunting
Thing.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
we have 100 feet of rope. All right.
What's the
But
length?
I know how it's more like a wire, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how long it is. We never determined that. So probably the range of a normal crossbow. I don't know, maybe
No.
medium range
No.
for normal.
No, chop
Okay.
that in half for the effectiveness of using it with the wire to snag an animal.
Okay.
You
Like
can,
short range.
you can detach it, the wire from it, and then use it as a weapon. So I guess that has two forms.
Yeah, it's kind of a reel, like a fishing reel.
Mhm.
Like you can detach.
Yep.
We can fashion a parachute with a blanket if you want.
You're gonna be like the Wright brothers or something here.
Yeah. So we have explored the periphery of this plateau.
Ad
But we
nauseum, because
have
you can't
we
seem to believe it.
explored the interior of the plateau? Maybe there's some kind of evil cave system there that we can use to descend inside the mountain.
It's not very large, so it's easy to do that. And there's about 30 yards of dense forest surrounding the clearing with those weird owl statues.
No caves.
So what are we looking at? Diameter 30, 60, 110 yards, 120 yards wide, so in diameter. So
not very large then.
no. So the exploration can be done thoroughly and quickly, and has been done because at this point, and nothing's been revealed.
All right. Do we
So
want
there's
to
this,
go ahead?
just for clarification, I mean, I'm sorry, I missed last session. So there's kind of a stream that flows across the plateau, or it's
No,
I'm looking at,
That's a
or
path.
it's a path. Okay.
Yeah, so there was a cave-in at the palace that seems to have either trapped or killed Ancilex, and we kind of finished vetting out all the other areas that we could. We never found, excuse me, we never found the Pale Knight or his like Fae wife. So through a window, we saw something in the distance, and that's what's brought us out this way.
Okay.
I think we should just go for it.
Yeah. So take the 100 feet of rope, maybe secure somebody who's good at climbing. They go down and try to find, a single, little ledge or another point that we could.
Does anybody has a kind of how do you call them? Pythons. Pythons.
I have 3 remaining iron spikes.
Iron spikes. Okay.
I have 3.
Yeah, you would want to have to place those judiciously.
So what if we use only half a rope, only one rope, and lower someone who can secure those iron spikes, and then tie the rope there? Let's see how can we do that. If there's a way we can use the 2 ropes.
Yeah, with 100 feet, you could do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What about if we secure one python on the top? We tie the rope. Someone goes down, secure another python at the end, and let go the other rope. And now there must be a way we can go climbing down.
Yeah, we need like one more at least.
carrying the rope with us as we go down.
Convenient ledges to stage everyone on, which there clearly isn't.
Yeah.
There's ledges that a person can use to like stop and figure out what their next move's gonna be. Highly technical free climbing, not for amateurs.
Well, good thing we're not amateurs.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. This is where you see Huxtable.
He's
on the edge of the cliff, and it's hard to hear him at first. He's out. He's saying something and waving his arms or whatever.
I kind of forgot about Huxtable.
While you guys are talking this out, and he goes, "This is the glorious death that I've been looking for. Ratigan, I love you. I loved you," and whatever.
No.
And he leaps. You see the mouse leap right off the edge. It's to him, it's grandiose, like a big swan dive. But you see him just go. Bloop.
Not cool. Not cool.
Does he fall?
He leaped off to his death, to his glorious death. He was highly suicidal.
Anybody have feather fall?
Maybe he
ready?
has those.
No, I don't got any feather fall.
Maybe he has one of those gliding suits. He's precious. Like a squirrel, he goes soaring down. No?
Yeah, how he's going to hold his form leaping off a 220-foot cliff, I'm not sure, being a little mouse, but
I know
leap he did.
Tuxtable was too much whimsy for Jay to keep him around too long.
No, Tuxtable. Okay, I have a plan.
I don't know. I thought there was plenty of whimsy squeezed out of Tuxtable.
I enjoyed it. I just don't know why, he would just get
because he's suicidal. Because he's suicidal.
can I have a little one-on-one with you, Jay? I have something I'd like to discuss that maybe only the GM should hear.
Okay, so how do we do that?
I don't know if
we can drop from the hangout and come back.
Oh yeah, you guys don't listen to the
Or just
vocals. And
we should,
thumbs up, yeah, thumbs up are when you can come back on.
all
And
right.
this is Anders. You can talk in secret. So everyone's off. It looks like, except maybe Lumen, because he calls everyone else a slinker, but he's still probably lurking.
Probably. So
Nope.
my background. I have previously struck a deal with some supernatural, dark, evil force because I survived that shipwreck.
Yes,
This is
yes.
the big secret thing. So maybe I could. Maybe I could turn to my dark lord, my secret dark lord, and ask for help.
How would you do this? How are you going to do this? Are you just going to like do it in your mind, talk to yourself, like? Is it
Sneak away, or maybe
the other players are going to see? You want to sneak away. You want to do it secretly.
I can say I could just have to go to Drain the Lizard or something, and I'll walk over to the owl statue area where I can be a little out of sight.
What's your hide in shadows and or move silently?
Move silently 49, hide 31.
Okay.
So
you'll have
maybe
to roll a
I don't know
percentile.
how to do this. Maybe cut myself in the hand, drawing blood, and ask my evil lord to come to my aid.
Okay, roll percentile. Let me first phrase it. You are sure that you will probably have to, be a little sneaky about it, because someone else could do what you're doing any second or whatever. But yes.
So I will try this. Yeah. What's the point in having a dirty little secret otherwise?
Exactly. It's been untouched. So, but we'll see what happens. We'll have to give more attention to it now that you're giving.
I roll 80 precisely. 80.
80.
Yes. So I miss both my rolls.
By twice. So, because I look at degrees of success and failure in these instances, or try to use that. So it's going to be there's 3 other people, and I'll give the thumbs up for everyone to come back on. Everyone back?
I am back.
Gabriel seemed very still.
He is, isn't he? No, he's
moving. No, he's moving.
Oh my God, he can stay. He is a slinker. He was just like a potted plant. You weren't even there, Gabriel. Give him the thumbs up there. Everybody on board. Veridel, you what is it? The wig goes to relieve himself. Takes an inordinate amount of time. You just to make sure no one gets lost. You catch him. You catch him doing some hand motions and cutting his hand and drawing blood with his knife.
Oh.
At first, you're like, oh, no. Well, it's just cutting himself.
What? And he's within.
Then you see the strange symbols carved in the dirt.
Oh, great. What are you doing over there?
Just taking a leak. I cut myself on the zipper.
And Jay, sorry, it's clear though that was not the case.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So basically, I'm on my knees, carving my hand,
Yep.
drawing strange symbols in the dirt, and mumbling in a strange language.
Yep,
Great.
there you go. So you get what you do, the old stand up, sweep the foot over it.
You're just lucky Toth's not here.
Oh, those darned zippers. And you can see the bloody knife.
That's not your good one.
What are you drawing on the dirt there, Vicomte? What's going on?
Oh, nothing. Nothing. Just scribbling.
I think you're lying. Tell us what you're doing. I want to know. It looked cool.
Oh, nothing.
Does it help us get down?
Just taking a rest.
Do we notice any visible change in the world?
No. Except for the loss of a bit of whimsy.
I'm feeling a little nonplussed.
Look that one up.
So, should we try to get off this thing?
Yes, I'm down with that.
All right.
Hey, did we check out if there was like an easier way down on one of these other sides? We at the easiest way down, by the
You've
way?
spent no, you haven't. The short answer is no, and that's because you've had this whole discussion counts, for at least for me, as a thorough exploration of the rock face as best you can from the top.
This rock face, but not like the rest of the thing. I mean, there might be.
The rest of the thing. Yeah. You guys got nothing else to do but walk around and talk about this.
Okay, so this is the easiest way down.
Yes, if you're going to use the term easy.
Okay.
Honestly, I wish you would keep me out of this discussion. Just figure out what the hell you're going to do and someone tell me.
All right. I'll just start proposing things. We take 100 feet, tie it to somebody who's good at climbing. They go down. They put in an iron spike 100 feet down. Let's see. I was going to propose, once that is secured, basically
the thieves are going to have to carry the ball.
We have everyone who cannot climb well, so Lumen, I guess, and just Lumen at this point, and presumably Toth, but would then climb that 100 feet down, attach themselves to the ledge. Some combination of other thieves, either just, someone up top would then disconnect the rope. Someone would secure it to the spike, and then one person would free climb the 100 feet down, and then everybody presumably can make it the other 100 feet and, climb down the 20 or whatever the remaining change is. So he puts most of the risk would be on whoever's going to free climb down that top 100 feet.
The risk is to everybody because everyone's involved. This is how that would be adjudicated. That's going to be all three slinkers are going to have to make their climb wall check, and depending on the amount of successes and fails, we'll see what kind of catastrophic stupid accident you have during this whole maneuver.
Sure. I would just want an opportunity to outline, like,
that was beautiful.
The first stage of this, we at least have that rope and could secure it to the three people, or whatever that would be, going down to that first 100 feet.
Yeah, it seems like a plausible plan of execution to me. I do see somewhere near the bottom you've got 20 extra feet to navigate. That I don't know if you got to climb that or drop that. I guess it's the climb check. Like I said, thanks. That's a very good detailed explanation. That's how it's going to be adjudicated. You may fire when ready.
Well,
unless someone has better plans.
Lumen's going to pray. Just want to let you know. Pray to the hand that you've got us this far. We're not going to die on this cliff. Please, Lord. And then we'll do whatever Stu said.
I will also pray.
So the Vicomte is a spiritual man.
He is a spiritual man.
He has inquired about the hand at one point.
Yes.
Though he doesn't seem to have been quite taken by it, I guess.
No, but my spiritual leader there has been very spiritually leading. So we're to roll a climb check. That's correct.
Yeah,
All
the three.
slinkers?
Yep, that would be Vicomte, Cree, and Veridel.
Okay.
Damn. What pair of
See how many
dice did I
successes you get, and who screws the pooch.
Okay, got a 19.
Okay, yellow or brown dice?
Yellow. The DM says yellow.
Then go brown.
Not what Veridel said. You rolled an 83?
83, and I have 92. So that's a success.
Yes, it is.
Right. I rolled 30 out of, I don't know, 106.
Yeah, 30, 33 on 93.
Okay. Everything's going smoothly. You're halfway through this maneuver, and the wind keeps on picking up the farther down you go, so that by the time you're halfway down the cliff, the wind is so strong you cannot proceed further.
Cool.
It's going to take a roll to get back up, especially if the wind doesn't slacken.
Okay.
It cannot proceed further just means it would be very dangerous to do so? Or like we
No,
literally can't move.
The wind is strong enough that it is blowing against you, that you cannot get another step. You cannot get further down. So it'd probably be one person at this point if there was someone at the ledge or almost at the ledge. Your first stopping point. You're trying to secure the first stopping point, and the wind was getting brisk, and now it's stiff, and now it's almost like hurricane force.
I have a question. So is that just one person is down there? Like,
roll a four-sided dice. Tell me what you get, and we'll just decide how far everyone got through this maneuver.
All right.
I'm going to minus.
I rolled a 2.
Okay, there is only one. There's one person down there, and they can't get down to the ledge. They can't get their feet on it because at that point the wind is so strong.
This is at the point 100 feet down, right?
Yep.
No, the feeling is that if we get to the ledge, we're going to be blown away by the strong winds. But will be the.
That's possible, but worse than that is you can't seem to proceed down.
Okay.
You can't take another step. You can't take another step down.
Can we decide who's down there?
It's Veridel. That's who's down there.
Because
you're the strong leader.
I don't know about that, but
so
what about moving laterally across at this point? If I climb horizontally, like basically I'm looking for is there like a nook or cranny in the side of the cliff that wasn't visible from the top? So I guess my intent is to move side to side, and while the rope is secured to me, explore the cliff face itself.
Yes. Do a roll a climb check.
All right. 72.
Okay. The only thing that you notice, the only changing feature is that the wind remains constant, the force of the wind. It clearly gets stronger the farther you go down. And and the more you climb towards the top, it slackens.
All right, let's see. Assuming the rope is kind of attached to me at this point, I take
For
my
safety
one
reasons.
hand, one hand and I take my hammer, and I like chip off just like a rock from the cliff face, and then I just drop it where the wind is strong. What do I see?
You see the rock fall unimpeded. It maybe wobbles a little bit in the wind, its flight or its trajectory, but it doesn't get blown back up at you.
So what's the direction of the wind here? Is it coming
from bottom up?
Up, so like a hang wind.
Like if you were on the mountain, yeah, that has the feeling from the cliff. The wind is coming up at you. It's not blowing across.
That's natural.
Can be, but
ish.
Natural-ish.
That's what they
feels
use
like strong wind.
For flying sailplanes and stuff in the Alps. These strong hang winds, it's called. Because the wind is pressed up when it meets the mountainside.
But there's no wind at the lip of the cliff.
That's a bit strange, though.
That's the strange part.
So we have a long-winded conversation about this. I think we should just explore this plateau a little bit more.
Yeah.
I thought we established that like we did, and there's nothing. Is that not true, Jay?
That is true, but I am an unreliable narrator.
Okay, I thought that as a matter of time, you were just saying, let's not we're not going to go through that. You already had time up here to look over all the things, and you didn't see anything else. If that's not the case, then
there's the statues. I don't think we really put some progress on things.
That would be the only thing. Agreed. Is there anything you want to do? The clearing with the strange owl statues that add up either to 7 or 8. It's never the same, and no one can get the same number. Can still be interacted with. That's still there.
So I think we should climb back up and try some other solution here, because there's a high risk that we're getting blown off the cliff here, and then it's goodbye.
So the statue, they kind of shift, or it's
they're in a circle in a clearing. We'll call it they're in an ellipse.
Can I just do a timeout? I think we should just establish that Stu's up and just go back to that place and get a full reckoning from our game master when we're in that space. What do you think?
I have no problem with that. What is your, just so you know, what about the players?
Yeah, I mean, unless we're going to do something drastic like throw ourselves into the wind to see if we just drift down, and based on the rock, I don't think that's promising. Yeah, I mean, I'll come back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just get into space-time.
Get into space-time. Meat space? Let's get into meat space. The meat space says that, to answer to Kree's question, the clearing is an elliptical shape. You weren't here, were you? So you didn't get the full description. And there are these rough, time-worn, smooth basalt statues in the shape of owls. And they're about 6 feet high. They're not small. They're not monolithic, but they're not small. And so anytime you try to count them, you either come up with a 7 or 8. And no one comes up with the same amount at the same time either.
And what's in the center?
In the center is that skeleton with the split skull over the plinth, like a small little I don't know what you'd call it, an altar, but it was a low, sharp plinth that it looked that his head had been its head had been split upon, and was it both hands or one hand that had 6 fingers?
You said, I thought you said both, but I don't know.
Okay, let's go with both. That's canon.
And then is it circular altar or is it a like a rectangular altar?
It's a natural rock. It's a regular rock that the plinth is made out of. It's like a granite moss covered rock, and that tapers to this sharp point, like a sharp point at the end of an anvil, like the pointed end of an anvil.
Mhm.
So what do you say we do a little investigation? You guys have like detect traps or detect stuff?
Yeah, we can search
Yep.
around. You have the skeleton is on the stairway. You haven't touched it.
The skeleton's in the center of all the owl statues are all pointed towards that spot as they all look at that. It may be a bit off center, but they are all.
Yes. So I guess when we get back up, we will do some thorough investigation of this area, checking the statues closely, maybe climbing up on them and see if there's any moving parts or anything interesting.
Here's what Lumen will do. He's just going to walk straight out into the center of this thing. And he's going to put, the hand of the praetor just firmly with intention on that altar. I mean, snail shell, what else could happen, right?
Yeah, sure. What else could happen?
By the way, Gabriel, there was a ring that was on the skeleton, which is now on Lumen's hand. It's sort of.
That's right, the ring of Calabraxis. It was wearing the ring of Calabraxis.
I don't know what the ring does, but he's going to put the ring with the hand on this thing. Let's see what
it. Yep, it linked to your mind like
It's a ring of wind control,
like the blood knife did. Like the blood knife did. It feels linked.
Okay.
Like something organic had shaken your hand.
The Bluetooth is connected, and now I can listen.
Bluetooth is connected. Thanks for busting the immersion. That was awesome. Thanks, Lumen. We're all out of fantasy land now. We're all chipping in.
You know how excited you get when your headphones hook up, right? It's like, God damn it, these things.
Yep.
All right.
No, good. That was great. That's exactly what's going on.
What is there any sort of feeling?
Do you? I'm trying to decide whether I got to have everyone else silence and we got to have a discussion. But no, I'm just going to go straight with it. You are experiencing very vivid hallucinations, incapacitating you for roll a d6.
That's not cool. I'm just trying to help out the flow of the game. 4.
Okay. You see Lumen. It's nothing unusual. You've seen it before. He's touching something weird, touching the skeleton, and then the eyes roll back in his head, and he's getting the little seizure thing. There's a little froth from his mouth. And Lumen, you had 4 minutes later, you come to your senses, and you had a vision. And I don't know what that vision is exactly, but you do feel that you could cast twice as many spells.
I know Kung Fu, okay?
Yeah, kung fu type of thing. Like you can cast your spells.
Thanks for bringing us back to the moment, Gabriel.
Yeah. We're all going to be now Keanu Reeves. We're all going to try to be Keanu Reeves. This game's going down the toilet. We haven't been together in a month and a half, and the game's in the toilet.
I miss Tuxtable.
Does that mean you're pulling out a wineskin, Paradel?
Whoa.
Are you getting fun?
So what are these guys doing while I'm like convulsing for 4 minutes? What are you guys gonna do?
I mean, that just sounds like an average Lumen activity. I just hanging out, waiting for whatever's going to happen.
The vision is flying off the plateau like an owl, wings spread. That is the vision.
Wow! And I'm gonna tell these guys this. I think we can fly on these owls.
And it's actually like, and you got this vision. It was while you're having these vivid hallucinations, and they were horrible, incredibly frightening. It was an owl on your shoulder that told you all this like in a parable.
Wow. I look around. Do I see one of the owls who's like,
No, you just see your fellow player characters watching you. Their hands thoughtfully on the end of the hilt of their weapons, like tapping it, like calm, cool, collected gunslingers, going, "We're gonna have to kill him. Not gonna have to kill him. Which way does this one go?"
All right. Do you come to and
Is
tell
the
us these
lumen
things?
bomb gonna go off? Sorry, go ahead, Faradell. I'm having too much fun.
So do you come to and tell us these things?
Yeah, I'm just gonna explain. There's an owl, and it was talking to me about flying off the plateau, and I think we should probably, I don't know, maybe we just really explore these owls a little bit. Maybe we could stand in front of each one. There's 4 of us, and see how many are left. I know it's weird that they keep shifting. That has to tell me that some god or devilry is at work. I think the owls are the secret to us unlocking, the next section. What are we going to do from here?
You don't think you should just throw yourself off the cliff?
I think if I was going to throw anyone off the cliff, it wouldn't be me.
Though I did consider, like, if that is perhaps what the vision was showing, we could go with the same plan originally, basically, and then go to that 100 feet down, and then basically secure perhaps someone who isn't great at free climbing to like a smaller length of rope at that 100-foot point, and then you take the dive while secured to the rope,
Mm-hmm.
and then we see what happens.
Wow.
But I'm also for messing around with the statues. I just don't know what to do there exactly.
Well,
how much time are you going to devote to the statues?
We can go around with the rope, tying the statues to see if there is anyone left, or if the shifting tangles the rope. Or, I don't know, or maybe if
you never have enough. You never have enough rope to complete it.
Okay.
When you touch these owls, sort of going around, just sort of like, Lumen, sort of touching them. Is there any sort of feel of sort of life or movement or energy in them? I mean, do they feel? No, they're black, right? They're sort of black basalt.
Yeah, they're black. Yeah, black basalt, smooth. They're smoother than they look.
Do they detach?
No.
But Chris gonna go around like tapping on them if they sound hollow. Many of them sound hollow.
I will climb one of them.
Solid.
I will climb one of them and see if I can see something around the head area.
You see the tops of the trees and clouds overhead. Every once in a while, a bird.
Did we try to topple one down?
It won't move. It's like it's carved on something that was like a rock from the earth that's right there. Like an exposed rock was carved down into that shape, and there's a much larger rock underneath the ground.
Right.
Like an iceberg. It's the tip of a rock iceberg, each one. How much time are you going to devote to these searches?
Maybe half an hour.
Okay.
Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah.
And you're no closer to finding an answer.
Well, I will take a closer look at the altar and the skeleton. Does the skeleton have any clothing or other remains, possessions, or is it just a skeleton?
It's a human skull. I mean, the shape and the teeth, are they?
No, it's odd. It has subtle differences.
Such as
the 6 fingers on each hand. And the skull is slightly off.
What
Well,
about toes? What about toes, Jay?
In the middle of the clearing, a skeleton crouches, 6 toes, crouches in prayer or supplication before a sharp stone with a slanted surface. Its skull is split by the stone, and the bones have fallen slightly further from the rest of the skeleton, as though some great thing forced its way out through the crack. Black encrusted rags and tatters are tangled around one arm and cling to the pelvis and lodge between the vertebrae. The skeleton seems oddly proportioned. The skull, as best can be determined, is not human. And Lumen already confiscated a brass ring which was on the left 6th finger.
Well, Lumen's gonna clutch the skull of this thing, and attempt to ask it questions and beseech it to reveal its demise with the praetor's hand. Just take the skull and sort of pick it up, put it on the altar.
Uh-huh.
Tell us the story of your demise, friend, and how we may get off.
You may try to it's a ghostly spiritual moment. Nothing visible, but there is communication with the dead. And the message is, the answer is, you may fly away, but you may fly away, but they'll always find you.
That's good. It's nice to know you're not alone. What do you say, gents?
Right? Erased ration, day's rations.
we can't hear you. The mic.
Consume a day's rations.
Well, Lumen's just gonna take the hands of the skeletons.
I'm intermittent fasting right now, actually.
You're intermittently fast. You're rationing. No, Dungeon Master. You can't make me eat right now. I'm not hungry.
All right. Sorry, Randall. What were you?
I was
what were
just
you saying?
Lumen's just gonna sort of with reverence and mumbling take the skeleton's hands and put them in his bag.
You've acquired some really interesting spell components.
Well, that's good. It doesn't help me to get off this rock, but I'm with you. Let's find a place.
You're up to now 3 skeletal hands in your possession. 1 attached to your body, and 2 in your pack.
That was handy.
But they don't hold together very well, so it's more like Now you have a set of casting bones.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
Clatter, 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 crack. It's probably more effective too if you throw them with Praetor's hand than your regular hand, but you don't know. You haven't had a chance to figure that out. Could be something to consider.
Okay.
Are there traces of dried blood on the altar?
No, this stuff is old. Whatever the skeleton is old. So, but and the answer to your question, no, the rock doesn't appear blood stained, as if there was numerous heads split upon this plinth. That is not the case.
I'm not feeling like this is getting us anywhere, gentlemen.
All right. I think we're back to the plan: throw Lumen off a cliff in a controlled manner.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, like, I also don't see another option, and maybe the vision was indeed indicating that it's like a trust fall, but we could try it in an untrustworthy manner. Like we'll go the 100 feet. You'll
Your
come down the rope.
untrustworthy manner gets you nowhere. It gets you the same thing. Halfway down, the wind's too strong. So what would be the physical effect? You would be flattened. Someone trying to leap off
at that point.
At that point, just gets flattened against the cliff face a bit below, like you're a balloon being blown against the cliff wall.
Yeah, the guy that jumped off, he didn't flew away. I mean, he just went straight down, right?
He just got flattened by the wind and didn't get very far at all. Got flat, yeah. Like what? The muscle action got you a little further, and then whoop, and then flattened like you're in a big wind tunnel.
Okay, we're supposed to be able to fly off this thing. How?
Even if we had reason to believe that the solution was throw ourselves off the top of this cliff, like even if we had some indication to be more confident that was the solution, I still don't know that I would do it.
It didn't say jump off the cliff. It said you're going to be carried by an owl. That was the vision. So
chip an owl off the statue, hold it above your head, and jump.
We might try knocking one over.
Impractical, but here's what it would take. You would have to go and cut down some tree stuff and like get geometry on it to have some decent leverage. So, half a day's project.
Maybe we can climb on top of one and ask to be carried away.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
So you spoke about eating a ration?
You guys have to knock it off, yeah. Yeah, I am depleting a day's rations. I don't know when the last time you ate, or slept.
Now, where did we come into this whole world? I mean, isn't there like what's at the end of that trail that we came in through?
The surrounding Averone forest, known as the Tanglewood.
Right, but I mean, if we go back to the beginning of how we got in here, follow our trail back. What does it look like?
You come quickly to the other side of the plateau.
With a cliff.
Yep, and then you can see the lip of the valley in the distance. So you've got a good view of the rim of the valley, which I think we said is 2 miles wide.
Mm.
Do we try to climb down this side of the plateau?
Probably every attempt is the same. Will be the same on any side of the plateau.
Yeah, so we confirm that, and then we just decide we live here now. That's what we do.
Okay, how many days rations do you have?
No, we're not doing that.
Kings of the plateau.
Because after that, go a day or so, there's no water up here either.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going a day. We're this is like a 5-minute conversation.
I understand. I understand. We're retconning all over the place. I'm comfortable with that.
What kind of trees are we looking at? Like how many trees? Like a little forest or what?
Yeah, it's thin. I mean, well, I shouldn't say thin. It's short. It's about 30 yards thick, and it is thick. It's got ash, poplar, and oak, and then and the bushes are really tangly, like the scrub underneath, and it tears and rips at your clothes. It's a real pain to move around through.
And we do it.
No matter how many times you guys have gone from the clearing to the edge to the clearing again, you don't really seem to get a trail beaten down. It's always as if it's the first time you're walking through it, and it's a pain in the ass.
I don't like this place at all.
I'm not digging.
Seriously, you haven't had enough clues.
What if we? Okay, we're gonna go to the center and gonna lay somehow in the same position the skeleton was.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, it's common knowledge that holes are
Nothing.
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 Nothing happens. Okay.
And one more time, the statues are just like a basalt pillar that has an owl on top.
No, it's the basalt sculpture, about the size of a person, 6 feet high. The pedestal or whatever it's on is the rest of the rock that it was carved from, buried below the ground.
Okay. So the statue resembles a person, but there's still an owl like perched somewhere?
Resembles an owl.
The person resembles an owl. Okay.
The size of a person. I'm just giving the dimension of the statue. It's an owl statue, 6 feet tall, worn by incredible amounts of time. Like it takes a bit to the image of an owl just doesn't bath you. You got to kind of go like, I think it's an owl.
What if we stand? We all stand in circle among the statues, like spread our arms and touch the statues, like linking them.
You guys, nothing seems to happen except you get hangry and snappy at each other, and I need another set of another day's rations eliminated.
We are gonna end killing each other.
He's out to get us. Okay. I have no clue.
We're gonna make a cut on my hand and smear go smear the statues one by one.
That's more like it.
Nothing happens.
I just kneel next to the altar and after smearing all the statues with blood and drip some blood on the altar, like beseeching the wisdom of the owls. I'm losing it.
Maybe you could look to Tuxable for inspiration.
Isn't he dead?
Yeah, I'll just restate. Even if I was confident the answer was throw ourselves off a cliff, I don't know that I want to do it. But like, I guess if it came down to it, we sit here, we knock off more rations, we get thirsty, and we don't have a choice. We're gonna be throwing ourselves off a cliff anyway. I just yes, it occurred to me earlier. I just don't know that I want to do it. Do we have any expendable NPCs with us? Do we have
We had Huxtable.
That's a
guy
good discussion.
and his dog?
No, you don't have Shemp or his dog Curly. There's no Mo.
No,
There's
I forget what that guy's
Louis.
name was.
There's no Marceau. Hell, there's not even a paladin to kick around today.
Well, he can't protest, so we can throw him off the cliff.
I mean, does someone else want to do it? Is someone else eager to be the first one to do this?
Who wants to test their faith?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nope.
Why not?
Vicomp is definitely not the first one.
Nope.
He's not volunteering.
Nope.
Any other takers? Any other takers?
Oh, for Christ's sakes!
Okay, I'll do it. I mean, Chris is slowly losing it, like doing the thing with the blood and stuff. So, what the hell?
Chris losing it. Yeah, like shipwreck souls. You've seen it before. It's like shipwreck madness creeping over Cree.
Well, light a torch if you give us a signal if you get down there.
Oh, he will get down.
Okay,
the question is at which velocity he will hit the ground.
Exactly. Is someone throwing themselves off? Just if or when this happens, just be very clear, because I'm hearing like, oh, do this or do that, and no one actually saying,
Okay. Lumen's gonna like get on down. We're on the edge of the cliff. It's gonna raise the hidden hand, the great merciful one, and he's going to cast the hand of protection. It's sort of like a shield. It's a big hand. And I'm going to cast it in front of him, and then it's just going to ride it off the cliff. Just freaking ride this hand. He's on a big hand, flying off of the cliff. And all the way down, just mumbling, praying. You see him disappear and splatter on the rocks like the periwinkles that the seagulls drop on the rocks.
He came back once. He can't come back again.
Roll 3d6, Lumen.
3d6.
Tell me what you get.
What do we see when he
rolls an 8?
What'd you roll, Lumen?
An 8.
An 8? An 8?
Yeah.
You are having this is a crisis of faith, because you are falling, and the ground is coming closer and closer and closer. Roll a d20.
Nice.
The shell, everything. You're questioning the snail shell and this and that. You can't seem to get any answer. What'd you roll?
It's an 8.
Another 8.
No sé si está cargado, no sé si habrá cargado eso. No puedes usar esto.
And it's as if you stepped off the cliff and then you were at the bottom.
Wow.
And you're at the bottom of the cliff and you can see up 200 feet. But you got a lot of black insect-like hairs growing out of your back around your shell and on your shell.
Black, like
insect, like thick, spiky. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
and they're thicker right where the shell meets your back.
Nice. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna start playing.
It's like, man, yeah, it looks. It's a raunchy, weird looking crotch now.
Okay.
It's got these really thick pubes around the whole thing. It's the only way I can describe it.
Oh my god. So what do we see from above?
And that's for doubting that the hidden hand would take care of you, would protect
Nice.
you.
Thanks. Well, good. I'm just gonna get down and just start praying. You know, I'm not even looking up.
You're still juiced. You're still juiced, though. You still feel like you have double spell capacity.
Priorities, though, is Tuxable down there, or?
Yeah,
yes, there is. There's a moaning mouse that even his trying to die with honor, like the samurais of old, have been thwarted. He's been thwarted, and he's crying inconsolably that he wasn't splattered like a mouse on the.
That's great, guys. The campaign can keep going.
There's your bit of there's your bit of whimsy. He did not die.
So okay, from above, what do we see when our strange cleric with the snail shell disappears?
You see him. You see him falling, and then like the 220 feet, and then there's some mist that obscures him, and the mist is thickly covering the ground and trees.
So we can't see the impact.
So the bottom's obscured. Correct.
We shout, call his name.
Lumen, are you going to recognize these guys at all?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, call my name. I'll just turn around and I'll say, "The hidden hand is merciful and just."
So he's down there.
Take the leap of faith.
Take the leap of faith, he says. Taking the leap of faith.
I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I put my faith in the great wig, and I'll go
great
for
wind
it.
of the wig.
Yes.
Yeah, you get that really adrenaline-like feeling just as you leap off, and then you're on the ground with Lumen.
Do I have funky pubes growing?
No.
Oh, thank you. Would it fit my image?
I look at Barry though, like, I'm tired of Aberon. See you on Barry. Take a step forward.
Okay.
And I'm happy to go last as a matter of protest.
Okay. And the band's all back together, and there's no sign of any plateau.
I scoop up Tuxable and shove him back in my little pocket and get back in here. Don't you do that again.
To have a glorious death. The forest breaks away into a very large clearing. You would have to call it a field, with the forest continuing on the other side. It feels like a late summer day. The leaves on all the green trees are they're brass in color from the scintillating hazy sun on the horizon. Sluggish stream going through the center of it. In the center, and then in the middle is this large, ginormous tree. Very old, very large. Incredibly large. This tree's been growing for a very long time. And the light kind of hurts your eyes because it's a hazy, humid day, so it makes you squint. And then Tuxtable throws up his little hands, and he's like, we must be in the land of Fairy. I will find fellow creatures, and I can go on adventures, and I can find the glorious death I seek. He starts climbing out of your pocket and
No,
going
what?
down.
I mean, we are on an adventure right now. Why don't we count? I don't understand.
Because you are not creatures of Fairy. You're not like me, who has one step.
I
world of Fairy.
motion over towards my comrade with a snail shell and insect hair coming out of him. Like, is this not enough for you?
He guys respects your offer. He thinks you're great guys, but he really feels that at this point, his destiny leads elsewhere.
I keep texting him.
And he's texting him.
Yeah, like I'm getting full clingy. I'm like, please respond.
He's ghosting you.
Uh-huh. He goes, maybe I can find service with the Fairy Queen. And he heads into the tall grass of the wild meadow, going towards the tree, you would imagine.
I think we should check out the tree as well.
Yeah,
you all gain a level of experience.
Whoa.
Entering Fairy and bearing witness to a tree that almost even would honor Rourke's description, if you've heard of the medlar tree long time ago, Veridel.
Oh, yeah.
It's so impressive. But go to your next level of experience.
So do we get the corresponding XP, or how does it work?
Your XP total goes to one above what you would need to get to the next level, and that's where you will start. So you will all be starting at something 01.
Yep.
At the next level, you do all get the hit point increase as well.
Okay. Whoa.
This is like crazy.
Lumen,
Yeah.
you see a bit more, and this we probably need to turn off everybody else and go over. Actually, I insist.
Okay.
Can we give us a couple minutes, me and Lumen, alone with the hands?
Yep.
Give us the room, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
As they say.
What appears, you've seen the movie Legend with Tom Cruise before he fixed his teeth.
Yeah.
And they had it was always like that, the sparkly dust or the flies or whatever with that late hazy sun-like look on the forest. There's always like dust motes in the air.
Yeah.
That there's that image. That's what everyone else sees. What you see is a swarm of golden microscopic transmitters across the infinite void. You see them and the tree is kind of insubstantial, and it looks like they come and go out of it like bees out of a hive.
Right.
And they're riding the beams of light, and you can see them as they go through your optic nerve straight into your brain. They feel very similar to like you're actually visualizing the things that make up your symbiotic link with the ring of Calabraxis and what was like the blood knife.
So this is like some big energy cloud thing happening, swirling. What is it? I don't get it.
It's like a swarm of microscopic organisms that are in their own little golden ship.
Hmm. I mean,
And they are transmitting. They are the actual physical transmission of something. Let's put this way. You don't know the communication that they're having, but it's very similar to the communication that the Ring of Calabraxis has to your brain.
I mean,
And it actually like flows through you, and you feel that it's like the mother of all doors to all other realities.
Are we? Is it evil? Does it feel evil?
No, it feels elemental.
And the door and the tree is there's a door in it.
Yeah, you see clearly that there is a door at the base of the tree. It's an open archway.
Open archway. Cool.
And now everyone can come back. Let's do that. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Does it make sense? Okay.
Makes sense.
Gentlemen, we're all back. I need to take a break. You guys, believe it or not, have exhausted me. I would like to get another cup of coffee. May we take a 5-minute break?
Let's take a
That's
break.
cool.
Okay.
Are we safe to listen again?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yabba dabba doo.
Everybody back. I can go over what I saw in there as soon as Anders gets back.
Okay, I'm back, guys. Thanks for that. Lumen, do you talk about what you see? Do you have words?
Yeah, of course. you know, let me just adopt a sort of reverential third-party voice and say that there is a portal ahead. There is a doorway, and I don't know where this goes. It's a doorway into mystery and the divine, and we are being infused with an energy which is pervasive. This is a mystical place, and I don't know what's going to happen if we go to that tree. There's a portal at its base.
Do you have a good feeling about it, or?
It is not evil. It is an elemental force of the universe. We are at some nexus.
Did
But it is
Tuxtable
not-
go in?
Did he go in? I don't know if he did.
It was hard to track him because as soon as he walked off into the grass, you lost sight of him. And this big, massive tree is 100 yards into the field.
So it's 100 yards away. The tree is.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's around it? We're in like a big field, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there's trees around at the edge of the field.
Yep. Yep. Similar to what was on the plateau. It looks like ash, poplar, and oak.
And there's like these hazy sort of like particles glowing.
Dust motes.
Dust motes.
Like in the movie Legend.
So I think if we go into this tree, who knows where we're going to go. But it will not be bad. I did not have a bad feeling about it.
Is there anything else around in this area, or is it just the tree? Like, is there like a forest that continues, or?
As far as you can tell, yes, the forest continues if you cross the field and went into the forest. But there's no mountains or anything like that to give you any, I guess, indicate there's no way to get a sense of depth, except knowing that the valley is 2 miles wide. That supposedly you could leave. But just remember, well, never mind. If you have questions, I guess you'll ask me. Continue. But the tree is really large.
What's up in the top of it? I mean, is it?
And you described it as kind of like the medlar tree that Rourke would have talked about, or like the medlar tree?
It reminds you of what he just talked about the great tree of life. It's that magnificent and old, and reaches up, high with the sprawling branches. And what does it look like? It looks like there's fresh green leaves and sprouts near the top, and at the bottom it looks like an old tree. That some of the limbs are dead with no leaves on them.
I could justify
roots as big as thick as a horse. going into the ground. You could easily carve a house inside it.
I could justify being interested in checking it out just because my old buddy Rourke thought fondly of such a thing.
Yeah, okay.
Remember why you're here. Why are you here to begin with?
Man, I wasn't trying to get all existential today, but
Lumen's like slowly just walking toward this thing. You know, I'm just sort of, I'm not being compelled, but you know, this character is just drawn to this.
I was Veridel. I was saying, what was I saying? That thanks, babe. Why? Offstage director. Why are you here? As in your goal? Do you remember what you? I mean, I know you guys are getting mesmerized by this fantastical world that you travel through, but you did have a purpose, and I just was hoping that you would may remember that.
Well, there's a couple things in flight. Oh wait, I kind of forgot about the component. Like the town had like dirty water flooding it or something. Do y'all remember this?
Yeah, there was.
And then I think that caused us to just explore the palace, and then that's when we encountered like the Fey wife of the Pale Knight. Then we had a dead end when Ancelex got caved in and we didn't find them. So we just saw this in the distance. But as far as purpose, I thought we were either trying to track them down or I guess we should still be considering where the heck that source of water came from. But I suspect that was more back towards the palace.
That is my understanding. We're all on the same page. Thank you. Lumen's headed towards the tree. Lumen's crossing the field, heading to the tree.
Nice and slow, you know, not running. Just, I'm interested in this thing. I mean, it's the one thing in the middle of this field.
Yeah, I mean, let's go. Let's hit it. Check it out.
Yep.
Are there any sounds? Any other creatures around? Wildlife, birds?
The sound is of natural decay, like the sound of decomposing leaves and creaking trees that could be knocked over with a stiff breeze.
Does it look normal?
Yeah. The smells and sights seem enhanced, sharpened, as if you were breathing in the essence of the forest. Perhaps like a wolf trotting through the forest, or a hawk flying up above. You feel the earth and the land within you.
This stuff is affecting us, guys. It's moving through us.
So how far away is the tree?
Just 100 yards. Lumen's 50 yards in. He's halfway there.
So do we notice anything changing as we approach? The wind increasing or the temperature or
nope.
Nothing?
Nope, just a slight breeze. On a very warm evening, your clothes are sticky.
Do we get the sense of like serenity or there a threat in the air or anything like that?
None but what you bring with you.
That's philosophical.
But no, you are not getting
no vibes.
No vibes. There is an opening. There is an open archway at the base of the tree.
Like in between the roots or into the tree?
Into the tree. Yep. At the base. I mean, it's between some big honking roots, but it goes right into the tree.
I mean, we threw ourselves off a cliff. What's a tree portal?
Nothing. So this is supposed to be the tree of life.
It's the tree of something. It is a tree of life. Maybe not the tree of life.
So what happens if you drink the sap or smoke the leaves? This is magical shit.
Good shit, man. I'm going to stop like 10 yards from the edge, and I'm going to say, just look at everybody. You say you in?
I'm in.
The far edge of the field, there's a large stag that enters the field, looks at you guys, starts eating grass. About a good 100 yards away to the north of you. The tunnel looks damp, and it looks like it's bored through the tree. There's 3 or 4 granite rocks that form steps up to the step into the archway. The floor looks like a dirty old broken stump.
You guys want to try to talk to this stag?
Talk to the stag. I was thinking to add it to our rations, but I have to talk first.
You're thinking of using it to replenish your rations, Cree?
Yeah,
That's that old
like walking
monster
rations.
hunter. That's that monster hunter spirit in you. You want to bag the deer?
I would probably just bring up that if we're in this like weird fey realm, that the stag might be more significant than just a stag. I'm gonna channel my inner Rark here, and just given the sight of this tree, that I imagine he would advise us against just harming a creature in the area.
Yeah, we're not going to harm that stag. I think that would be bad mojo, Cree. That's not a good idea.
Cree, I'm in with you here. We need to replenish our food. Like dried stag meat is really good for your health. So, and you have that awesome ballista thing. I mean, we can shoot it from right here. No problemo.
It takes a good 5 to 7 days to cure the stag, man. You have to at least wait until the rigor mortis, ends after 24 hours. Don't you guys know anything?
Funny thing is Mark is probably the one out of you all that would know best how to dress a deer. That old one-eyed druid. You can tell I'm trying. Is there any way to get that guy back?
I don't know. I think the time zone was a challenge for him.
Yeah, it's way challenging. Suck.
So where was he?
California, so he's ahead.
California, yeah.
I find that a thin excuse.
Oh man, that's a late 5 a.m. wake up.
No, it's 6. It's 6.
I mean, it's 6 if you literally wake up and roll to your computer.
You guys don't do that? Just kidding. No, I get up all excited and ready to go. And it's 2 for 2. We got an even split on turning the deer into jerky. So how do these inter party debates get worked out amongst you all, amongst you fools?
Lumen's going to turn and just, hold up his, his hands and say, "Greetings, O stag of the forest."
I keep assembling my my ballista while he's.
Yeah, I'll help you. So where does this part go?
Yep. The Vicomp is learning the fine points of the ballista, fishing pole.
What is
It at one point it raises its head, looks at you, and calmly walks off into the trees.
Oh,
There's no more. There's no more stag in the field.
Darn. So that kind of solves the issue. Then it's only one option. It's to enter the tree.
There's a warm, earthy smell.
You scare him away.
Any light in there? Like
no.
funky mushrooms or fungi?
No.
So we have to have some light source. So,
Yes.
does anyone have like a lantern or something? I only have torches.
I used to have a lantern. I broke down.
I don't have torches or a lantern.
I have oil.
I've got 6 torches and 12 candles.
Oh, okay.
So I guess I'll fire up a torch now.
I'm strapped like that, but I am.
All right, Lumen's going to cast the light. Let's not bring torches into this thing.
Cool.
That's got to come out of Praetor's hand, right?
Yeah, we'll put it on Praetor's hand. Yeah, we're going to cast the circle of light or whatever it's called.
In darkest night is the brightest light. There's your incantation, and it's like it's like a black light. It's not a bright, comforting, incandescent light or the light of a sunny day.
So it's UV. It's purple UV.
It's purple UV.
All right.
So everyone gets a tan also.
Yep. There you go. There's your glowing fungi. It's coming right out of Lumen's hand.
I gotta get new friends.
I'll lead the way. What the hell?
It's a natural, like I said, a tree passage bored into the tree. The walls seem punky. Earwigs and little caterpillars drop out of the walls and ceilings or burrow into the floor. Like it's an old stump with a bunch of bugs in it.
So does it go straight in?
It's twisting, but you go straight in, and then you're at a Y intersection, and then there's what would be a door to your left, but it appears to be made like a mirror of frost. The portal is elliptical, and it's covered in a wall of frost. And then the Y passages twist and curl to the north. Away from you. Yeah, away from you.
Okay, I'm going to bring up this this map, and so we got a frosty bit to the south, and we got a twisty passage to the north. That's what
you have a Y intersection to the north, so that's 2 passages, and to the left of you is a door of frost in the wall.
Oh, I see. I'm getting it. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
And bugs drop on get in your hair when they drop from the ceiling.
You think that's
the ceiling's not? I mean, it's not very hard. It's not very high, so sometimes your head scrapes against it. But you're always brushing, if you're nervous like that, the spiders or ants from your hands or shoulders, or if anything in your hair.
So the frosty passage is doors to the south?
You're walking north. You come to a Y intersection, both going, I guess, to the north.
Yep.
And to your left, which we'll call the west.
Okay.
Right at that Y intersection is a frosty door.
Frosty door.
So is it real frost? Or
Yeah.
just something that looks like frost? It's frost. Look! Frost! I lick it.
You get sucked through it.
Mm.
You don't see the Vicomp anymore, wig and all. He sticks his tongue on it, and then it's like...
Nice. All right, I'll follow him. I'll touch him with my other hand, not the one that's glowing and weird. We can't let the party get separated.
Yeah, as soon as skin touches the frost door, you are pulled through.
Will that
All right.
leave Veridel in the dark? Veridel and Kree in the dark?
All right,
Yeah.
Kree, you want to head back?
Let's get that started.
Yeah, another leap of faith. Are you ready to do 2 in a row, Veridel?
Oh,
Not really, but here we go.
okay.
Kree, that leaves you standing there in the hallway.
I figured we'd hold hands and go through at the same time.
Okay, you guys go through at
Link
the same
arms.
time. It's a circular room of wooden roots.
Nice.
Of rotten moss. There's 3 other, not counting the frost door you came through, there's 3 other frost doors that lead out of it. And there's the Vicomp. Lumen, you are all now looking at 3 orphans hung by the neck.
Inside of this thing?
Yeah. So what they're hung by are vines, but they go around their neck.
In
Are
the
they
middle of
dead?
this thing.
And their hands, their bodies are bound. Yeah, they're like, and one of them looks like Violet.
What?
That's not right.
Yep, one of the hanging children looks just like Violet.
Are they like mutilated or they're bound? You say?
Bound as if the vine that forms the noose also formed their bindings that bound their hands behind them and their feet. So it's
Can we
around their body.
Can we deduct if it's like the vine has twirled itself around them, or someone did this? Hard to say.
Hard to say. Someone did it. Someone did it grow around. It appears like it has grown around them.
Can we? Oh,
Except for the fact that they're suspended off the floor. Yes, Creek. You were going to say something.
I mean, yeah. No, cut them down. I use my cold iron dagger to cut the vine, starting with Violet.
Okay. When you cut it with your cold iron dagger, the vine, where it cuts, curls up like as if a burnt match of cardboard would curl up. So it had call it a scalding effect. And Lumen, you notice that they have a lump in their chest that you're familiar with.
Oh my goodness. Can I reach in and into their chest?
You'd have to get it open, cut it open.
It might be one of those gems from those like shapeshifter people. Let's cut him down, right? You cut him down, right, Cree?
He cut one of them down.
Yeah, I cut Violet down from
You cut Violet down, and Lumen. You notice the when the body, he's got the body like this, and when it's crunched, it kind of popping out a bit. You can see it under the skin.
All right, he's gonna take his hatchet and just quickly cut a big slit there.
How much were those? Did we give those a price? 300?
They were 250, I think.
250?
That's what you said.
Okay. No, that's good. That's close to what I said. That's why I said 300, so I'm close. But
am I forgetting something, or do I just not have any idea what this is all about?
Yeah, Lumen may have to explain this.
Yeah.
Well, when I was meeting before I met you guys, I had a big run-in with some shapeshifters, and it was basically a total shit show. But they were the shapeshifters themselves. When they die, they have jewels in them. These big gems. So,
Red ruby.
So there's 3 of them.
Yep. So 750 gold pieces value.
Okay.
3 at 250 each.
But this was not Violet then.
No, it is a changeling. All 3 of them are changelings.
Also, they when that gem is taken from their chest, they go back to their true forms. That's what he's saying.
Yeah,
No, they stay the same. That's just Lumen's direct experience with anything with a ruby in its chest is a changeling.
Right.
Because he's seen them change before their eyes, and then killed them and cut them open before. This is not the first time he's cut open young children.
Yeah, nice. Thanks. He's gonna actually cut all their hands off.
Okay.
And put them in his bag.
It's ripe.
And he's gonna pray over them, and it's a moment. It's a precious moment, guys. It's not it's not irreverent. It's a moment of reverence.
Keep telling yourself that.
That's a great image. Yeah, he's on his hands and knees with okay, don't get worried about this. We just do this all the time. This is for medicinal purposes only.
And you say there's 3 ways out of here. Is there anything else happening in this?
Three additional ways. So put them in a compass point.
Okay.
So we all have like something here that says cut here that we can see, and only you can see.
You obviously can't see what the hand has shown me, Cree.
I'd rather not.
No, I got written right here, 300 gold piece ruby inside.
Okay.
Now I changed that to 900. That's in print. That's not made out of my mind. So maybe these are better gems?
They're better cut. But there are more messages.
Yeah, the room that you're in. It has 4 frost doors, 1 at each compass point. You came through the east one.
Okay, we need to go. Hold up. Do we want to go there?
So we want to try another one?
Or should we check out the passages first?
I think we should go. Yeah, I think we should check out another one of these things. First of all, can we go back through the way we came? That's a good question. That's a Stu question.
What's that? Sorry.
Well, just knowing that we can go back the way we came.
Yep.
Can you go back? Like if we touch Luma's gonna touch the other door. The one we
the one you came through?
Yeah.
No.
It doesn't go anywhere?
It doesn't react the same way.
Well, that's all that.
Does it act as a door? Like, does it open?
No, it looks like a wall of frost, ice and frost. Like
But nothing happened.
From Von Helsing, just like out of the Von Helsing movie. Mirror-like. You can almost see your reflection clearly.
Oh, okay.
When you first touched it with skin, which Vicomte was with his tongue, just got sucked and merged through, like water being sucked into a sponge. But now on the other side of it, trying to do the same thing, nothing happens.
And you think cutting off hands is weird? Touching strange frosty doors with your tongue is up there. Just saying.
It's like a automatic reaction. When you see frost, you have to lick it. I mean, what's so strange about that?
Yeah. Okay.
Say it, Veridel. Say it, Veridel. Say it. Oh, by the way, I know, and we haven't discussed any like inappropriate content and things like that. I know X cards are really big. So we have an X card, and it's the warning from a bag of dice that dice are a choking hazard. There you go. You have been warned. Everything else is on topic. You just cannot say that dice are not a choking hazard. There's our X card.
Thanks.
Official. That's
Nice.
it.
Okay.
Everything else, you're going to have to interact with me like an adult if I go off the rails.
So let's go and do check out one of these things. How about the one to the south? The one, if you were facing it, would be the left.
Mm-hmm. Are you touching it with your flesh hand, your bone hand?
No, we're not touching anything with that bone hand, man. Everything goes bad when I do that.
So you don't even hold a fork with that hand, do you?
Besides, man, I'm the party's light. I'm holding up the blue black light.
We just
Okay.
keep
But you get sucked through to the other side, and you're looking at a passageway, twisting, narrow, tight, out of spongy, punky wood.
Okay.
The ground is moist beneath your feet. You can see salamanders and newts crawling about.
Good to know. Does it go off to the south, left, right? What does it look
Goes
like?
to the south. Goes to the south, and then curls to the west. Nothing's in a straight line, really.
Okay. What are you guys going to do? I just sort of disappeared.
Do all the frost doors, portals look the same?
Yeah, they're the same but different, like snowflakes. Like they're not identical. They're not
But
duplicates like a manufactured door. They're just similar in look and function.
I guess I'll follow our strange cleric.
Yeah, let's just press on.
It's hard to gauge distance, but the passageway begins to turn on itself and then splits into a Y at each Y section is blocked by a frost door. So you basically dead end into a Y intersection blocked by frost doors. One to your left, one to your right.
Okay.
Do you feel lucky?
Do you?
Left or right? You got to try one.
Let's keep going left. We went left first. Let's go left. Yeah.
Left it is. That's solid wisdom right there.
This is a trippy room, especially with the ultraviolet light. The roots and shoots and vines move. There's golden specks on them, though, that reflect light or without light are naturally illuminating themselves. And then this is all getting bathed in luminous ultraviolet light. And it's seems to be a spinning model of the multiverse. It's spheres and orbits around spheres.
Like hang, are they like floating in space?
It's all attached to, because it's grown out of the walls to appear like it's floating in space and moving.
Like a planetarium?
Like a planetarium. Mm-hmm. But the tree is doing it with its natural shoots and green vines. So,
okay, like the vines are constantly moving, giving that impression of
Yep, a revolving multiverse. It's up high. It's above you.
And there are no other of these frost doors.
Oh, there is. There's this room is the biggest room you've been in.
What are the spheres made of?
There's no stairs. Above your head is the display.
And what's it made of?
The tree.
Oh, it's the tree
natural growing shoots. Yeah.
Revolving vines.
It's manufactured some type of incandescent golden bits of light that are speckled throughout the vines and the growths.
And it's continuously moving?
Yes.
Do we recognize like planets or...
In some ways it can remind you of that big metal sphere in the shrine of the Duvan Ku. Another, it looks like some of the maps and images and models that Jankula Angstlex had in his house. It also may look a little similar to the star charts of the Druin from Aberrant. So celestial imaging.
Very cool.
And the doors, there's in the northeast corner, there's 2 frost doors, one to the east and one to the north. And then there's the one that you came in at the bottom of the room.
And that one went like opaque. I mean, no, we can go back, right? Or...
You cannot go back through the door you just came through.
That solves one problem.
Yep.
This is like choose your own adventure thing.
Let's choose the left, right, Crate?
Yep.
Should we try to interact with the planetarium thing? Do you think that is wise?
I think it's wise. I think you should mess with it. What do you want to do? Like move one or something? Touch it?
Yeah. Are those things reachable from the ground, Jay?
Yeah, you could reach up and grab one.
Or maybe not. I might be crashing a whole planet.
I'm with you. I'm totally behind you on this one there, Lycomp.
As in behind him, as in not touch or to touch?
I'm actually physically behind him saying you should touch it.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Do it! Do it! You can do it!
He's got a little skeletal hand going,
Come
do
on!
it, dude.
What could
Do
possibly
it.
go wrong?
He's sticking the little dead pinky finger in your ear. God, do it, do it, do it.
I'm having second thoughts. No, I'm not messing around with those for now.
All right.
Going left?
Yeah. Yeah, Lumino give a good, reverent palm print on the left-hand door, saying a few words.
You are sucked through as water through a sponge. You are in a large junction or a large grand hallway that stretches to the north. Immediately around you, not counting the door behind you, is 1, 2, 3, 4 branching passageways. There's this wide trunk hall goes to the north. You see other passageways leading out of it.
To the left, to the right, to the north.
All over, yep. And then there's a spiral staircase immediately to your left of wood that goes up. There's narrow passages on each side of that
Jeez,
stairway.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's a tangled tree, like root system or something. And here to the north, you hear a shuffling and a scratching.
Straight to the north?
Yeah. In the shadows, as if something senses you.
I slip my glove on.
Smells you, hears you all. Veridel disappears.
Where'd that little slinker go?
You hear a chunk and a clump as claws pull out punky pieces of wood and something is shambling towards you.
I'll go up the stairs. And
Okay.
Stairs? It's not up the stairs, right? It's straight ahead.
It's straight ahead. It's coming. So Vicomp is going for the stairs. What else is everyone else doing?
So I'm thinking
because we're going to be rolling initiative. So
yeah, I'm thinking of getting a higher position to be able to fire upon this thing with my trusty longbow. No, crossbow. I have a light crossbow.
What exactly does that passage look like? Like, how far are you talking about?
To the north?
Yeah.
It looks like a grand hall that continues on. If it would probably be straight and stately if it was in a manor, but since it's in a twisting tree, it's kind of.
How wide is it?
15 yards.
Okay. So.
Well, everything else is like a yard. Like every other passageway is like a yard or 2 yards.
We'll just put a little bit of and then there's passages that go off, which we'll talk about when.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And
you could go. Some of the passages are on the east wall as well, so you could go to the west. You could go to the east.
Okay.
And the Vicomp is heading for the spiral stairs. What else is everyone else doing?
What's on that passage to the left?
You can't see where it goes. You would have to make a decision to go down it or not.
Oh.
How tall is the ceiling in this area?
8 feet.
All right. I'll just push myself close to a wall, and I'll kind of like scramble up it a little bit in the hallway.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stay in the middle and see what this thing is. I'm just gonna advance toward it.
Okay.
Lumen advances toward it.
Cree, are you the only one that hasn't said anything?
I'm
I don't think
gonna
I've heard
huddle in my cloak, try to blend the surroundings, hoping that's trying to hide.
Okay. So it was racing at, let's all roll initiative. It was racing for the Vicomp until Lumen interceded and made himself prominent. Target.
Targets. Where's Toth when I need him? That's all I have to say.
Yellow beak, gray headed, like a large rooster with a serpentine tail and golden brown wings. Rushes out at you. Lumen, what'd you get for your initiative?
6.
What would you like to do?
I would like to. Jeez.
It appears to be some grotesque creature of fairy.
Does this look hostile?
With no intelligence in its eyes.
And it's not like an undead creature.
No, it's a living, breathing flesh creature. If not one you've never seen before.
All right.
The head of a rooster, a serpentine tail, golden brown wings, gray feathered head.
I'm just gonna poke it with a sharp stick.
Jay, one thing, if it has low intelligence,
it has animal intelligence.
Okay, I mean, I got the cloak that you told me I can blend into natural surroundings and become undetectable to animals of low intelligence for 1 minute per level.
Okay.
Twice.
Yeah, that would be in effect.
Okay.
You would have that ability in this situation. Roll to hit, Lumen.
Got a 11.
That is a miss. Okay. Cree, what would you like to do?
I try to move into position to try to
make a surprise attack.
Yeah.
You will be able to do that next round, but yes, you can do that.
Okay.
Veridel, is that who's next? No, the Vicomp. Vicomp, what are you doing?
I shoot at it with my crossbow.
Roll to hit.
So I roll a 14.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
And damage 3.
Veridel.
I'd like to shimmy along the wall, and then I also plan to kind of drop onto it and stab.
Backstab it.
Yep.
All right, the creature attacks Lumen. 15. 15.
14 armor class.
So it hits for 2 points of damage. And roll save versus petrification.
Paralysis or stone, right?
Yep.
I need a 13. I got a 13.
Nice.
Yeah, you feel your arms stiffen up and then loosen
Nice.
where you were slashed. Initiative. As it squawks. Its head coils and spins, spitting and hissing. Cree.
Okay. I go.
Attack with
Creep upon the
surprise.
creature with my cold iron dagger. Okay, 17. And it's double damage, right?
Yes.
So it's 6 damage.
And it knows you're there.
Yes.
Veridel.
All right, I will drop from the wall to its side and stab my silver dagger into its midsection, trying to target something vital.
Mm-hmm.
It's a natural 20.
Whoa!
You strike that. You strike that blow. That blow that you're looking for. If you want, go ahead, roll a D100. Let's see where you strike the killing blow.
Oh, natural 20. Let's see if Mar or not.
It's a 94. The base double damage would be 10.
10, but it's a natural 20, so I'm going to give you an automatic assassination.
Oh, okay.
Against this creature. So your knife or sword, your weapon of choice, you hit it straight in the base of the back of the neck, so that your weapon is pointing out its mouth.
Nice.
Its beak makes a couple snapping and writhing sounds and movements, and collapses, bleeding gore all over the floor.
I take my glove. I take my glove off and look at Lumen and just kind of shrug.
Nice, man. Yeah. Can I try that one?
No, I don't think you should touch it. You know, all things considered, and I just kind of motion over your entire body.
Well done. Well done.
So we can do chicken jerky, turkey jerky. Sorry.
Turkey jerky? Yes.
Does it have any hands?
No, it has chicken legs and chicken claws. It's got talons. The chicken's got talons. So it's a big ugly chicken with wings.
Clearly some devilish thing there.
Chicken's back on the menu.
I thought that was well played, everybody.
Mm-hmm. Well executed, coordinated attack brought down a very dangerous creature. Rolling a 20 doesn't help when it counts. Right? That's always pretty sweet.
Let's just take a little look around this place. This long, sprawling underground cavern.
We can get some.
Yeah, maybe it has some victims or something that it has in the back stored away.
Oh, we can cut it open. Yeah, let's cut it open. See if there's anything inside.
Kree's field dressing the creature. Are you going to stand around and watch him do this?
Yep.
Should we look to see if it has like a nest in the back or something? Where?
Well,
Maybe
I'm the
it's
light source, so I'll just hang out. Let's stay together.
Gonna keep it together? Who wants to roll me an 8-sided dice?
I got it. 6.
A couple of small little humanoids, about this big, about 3 inches, with wings. A couple of them pop into existence right near you all and going, "Oh, you did it now. You did it now. You killed Tracy." That's Daydream. Tracy.
Tracy.
That's Daydream's favorite pet. She is not going to be happy. If I were you, I would leave immediately.
Now, isn't Daydream bad? Like bad news? Do you guys remember?
yeah. That isn't that the that's
Who's
like the Fey
Daydream?
wife of the Pale Knight, right?
Ah,
The one that dismembered the vampires?
Yeah, I think so.
And we can point to Lumen and he
we
didn't.
can charm her. We can charm her. No problemo.
Yeah, that's right. Lumen's a charmer.
Double down. Tell them to go. Maybe tell Daydream she's the one that should be worried.
I
I'm,
want to
propo-
put
I'm,
some.
I'm proposing that. I'm not doing it.
You kidder.
Did you say that?
I did not. I was proposing as an option if we want to try to expedite.
I'll say, greetings, small creatures. Where is Daydream now? Where is this great masteress woman?
She's in court where she ought to be. And then the other flying little creature slaps the other one. She goes, "None of your business, but she wouldn't want you here."
I think we need to take
And killing her favorite pet. Oh, you're she'll the tree will tremble with her rage. You must go, you must go, you must go now. Guess that creature has left Lumen speechless.
Oh, he's just looking at him, you know, and I don't think we can't let these guys leave this room.
I mean,
So
they just manifested themselves. I imagine they could just disappear, right?
yeah,
We'd have to roll some initiative. Definitely
no,
sounds like shoot at it at high noon if you're going to make that move.
no, Newman's not making that move. He's just saying, well, my name is Lumen of the Hidden Hand. What's your name?
Lita and Libby.
Well, Lita and Libby.
And we watch the halls of the lower tree and make sure everything is in order and chase away interlopers like yourselves.
Oh, we are not interlopers. We are visitors to this great kingdom. We come in peace. Had not this horrible foul been foul, we would not have fouled it.
Roll 2d6.
Me?
Yep.
How come I'm always rolling this stuff?
Because you're talking, but you also have. Do you have minuses for? Probably because you have minuses to charisma, right?
No, I got a pretty good charisma. It's
Okay.
7.
You had.
Did you say 7?
7.
7 is what you rolled, or 7 is your charisma?
My roll's 9. I have a 7 for charisma. Maybe I shouldn't do the talking.
Well, if you're not going to go quietly, we'll make you go quietly. Roll initiative. Negotiations broke down.
Fire.
Cree, what do you do?
What? Oh, Cree?
Cree, what do you do?
Okay, they are menacing. Okay, whatever.
Yep, they're pulling out their slim little swords, and there's little spiral rainbow colors coming from the end of them.
Okay, let's take a swing at them. Whatever. We were just defending ourselves. And that's a miss.
Okay. 5 more pop into existence. And there's 3 of you. So I'm going to roll some dice and see who's attacked. Veridel. And Cree are the first attacks. Veridel, and Cree. Okay, they're Veridel, a natural 20. 19 plus 1 is a 20, so you're hit twice. Take 2 points of damage and roll 2 saves versus poison. You got 2 saves to roll.
All right. And is it poison or magic?
Oh, that's right. Well, magic. It's magic. It's a magic-based attack.
So spells. Okay.
You have a resistance to a heightened resistance to magic.
Yeah, I got +1 versus magical attack, so I assume it's a +1 to the save.
Yep.
All right, first one. Nope. I fail the first save, and I made a second save.
Okay, and Cree, you're attacked. 13.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Roll save versus spells.
Versus spells. Oh, I do. I don't know if they change. Let's see about first. I'll fail.
Okay. And so Lumen and Vicomp are attacked. Vicomp, a 12.
Miss.
Lumen, 10.
Yeah, that's a miss. What happened to Veridel?
Veridel and Cree drop to the floor unconscious.
Great.
Door.
They give that, like, stumbling, I feel very sleepy, and hit the floor like a log. Like a fallen log. Roll initiative.
Hold on. I haven't even done anything yet.
Okay, let's see what you got.
Lumen's gonna pull. He's gonna cast a spell, and he's gonna fall back on that, casting boost that he got, and he's going to cast Clutch, which is basically hold person. And normally hold person is 1 to 4, but because these guys are little, what Lumen's trying to do is just cast a field. He wants to sort of hold all of them. He's putting it forth with the Praetor. He's putting his hand forward with the big blue light. And one of those big sort of pulsy explosions of light, like boom. Just wants to try to hold all of them. And they would have to, according to this spell, they save versus and he's pushing it right through the Praetor's hand.
Yep, they gotta roll a save. They do not save. You've got them all clutched.
Okay, so
all 7 of them, and they're kicking their legs, and they're, let us go, you evil man.
Okay, and if they need to have wings to fly, they would fall on the ground, right?
Sure.
Because that's what it's. If they need wings, they're clutched, and Lumen's just going to start stomping on them.
Oh man!
And I'm going to invite everybody else in.
Yeah, I join in with my 17th century shoes with a small heel. So it's very good for stomping pixies.
The sprite stomping begins. They're screaming, save us, Daydream, save us!
Take that.
It's horrible. People are horrible.
Squishy sounds.
We are the heroes.
We are the heroes. Stomp. These little 3-inch dudes. It's like, big man. The big man. Moving around. Stomping on the minorities. Yeah, they're freaking dead.
Nice.
Yeah, the welcome wagon has been just quickly.
High five, Varadel.
I'll give you not the Praetor's hand. At the last minute, I'll switch it out with my real hand. You just don't want to touch that thing. And I'm just going to look over at Varadel. I'm going to reach down with the Praetor's hand to try to help him up.
I'm still asleep, right?
Yeah. He needs to be woken up, shaken up.
But can we slap them?
He wakes up really quick if you touch him with Praetor's hands. Jesus.
No, we're not going to touch him with that.
Okay, come on with horrible nightmares. Every 1 to 4 rounds, Varadel, you have to roll for paralysis from flashbacks. No, just kidding. But it can go in so many different places.
Do these have little hands? Do they have hands?
Little teeny hands. Little freaking teeny hands that you'd see on a 3-inch little sprite.
Okay, he's just gonna bite off a few of them and spit them in his bag.
You need those lockets that you keep hair, but you keep the tiny hands.
Use little sprite hands in there. I have the whole collector set.
Do they have anything on them, any little gems or?
No. They had their little all they had was their little elemental souls, and you stole that.
They drew first blood.
They drew first blood.
They what? What are you mumbling as you spit out a sprite hand? They're a little stringy.
I gotta say that was a high point of this tree things for me so far. It's stomping little pixies into gravy.
Sprites, not pixies.
What's next? These guys come back to life, and we're like, "Hey, guy."
No, they're not back to life. No.
So we go up the hall and see if this big chicken serpent thing had a den of some sort.
Hey, have I validated and explained why Lumen's still alive? Did I roll that by you guys a few sessions ago?
Yeah, I think we.
I pulled the zero audible. I explained that. I call it the zero audible. Zola got to use it. The only other person that got to use it is Zola.
Oh right, yeah.
Okay.
0 is unconscious. Is
Okay.
the
Okay.
house rule.
Okay. Okay. I'm just saying there was nothing I could do. You're stuck with him.
I think you're psyched that I'm around right now, okay? And he's just smiling at you while frowning at the same time. It's a smile that's a frown.
A smile.
A smile.
Yeah. No snail shell's gonna keep looming down.
All right, so we're exploring this thing. We're looking for what? We're looking for like a chicken
Up.
den.
Oh, you're looking to see if there's a chicken den.
Yes. Evil chicken den.
Well, you can either explore the two narrow passageways that go behind the spiral stair. You could wander east through one of two corridors.
And there's one to the west, right?
And yeah, call it the northwest. To the northwest and north are two archways, larger archways that lead out of this grand hall.
All right, which way do you guys want to go? You want to go skinny? You want to go fat?
Or you want to go regular?
Which one did the chicken come down?
The chicken was came from the north.
Let's just go the way he came, I guess.
Yeah, I agree.
Did he have anything inside the chicken?
We take the chicken option.
No, there is nothing inside. The meat appears to be spoiled already. Green shoots start to grow up through the carcass, wrapping it as if to claim it for its own. The room that to the northwest, where the chicken came from, has got a bunch of green shoot spears and dewdrop bows on naturally grown racks.
Like bows, like bow and arrow?
Yeah. Yep.
Is there any passages out of this thing?
Yeah, one to the north, one to the south. So yeah, this appears to be an armory of green shoot spears and bows. The arrows shimmer like dewdrops.
What size are they?
Small.
Sprite size?
No. You could use it. Would the spears would have be an effective javelin?
Mm-hmm.
They look rather light. It would make for a fun game of like throwing spears at the target.
Yeah, I'll grab two of
I mean,
those.
it doesn't. I mean, they're made out of wood. They're well balanced, but it doesn't feel exceptionally dangerous. But it's a javelin.
I'll take two of those.
Nothing else? No blades? No.
Nope. No metal whatsoever.
Okay, so you guys want to try out to the north then? Because actually, we're in this. I'm more interested in what's in the big north passage. Can you guys get behind that?
Sure.
Let's check out the big way because to see if there's something. I don't want to get surprised. So we're going to go up to the north passage that's wider. You said there's like
Yep, it's a big grand dining hall, as if in the dining hall looks as if you sprinkled seeds on the earth and then it all grew up into furniture.
Wow.
It's currently devoid of activity.
Is there food there?
There's Some bowls, yeah, it looks like leafy greens.
Fucking salad. I hate green food.
Red onions, tomatoes, zucchini.
Knives, cutlery, wine.
Nope. Clay pot with a light vinaigrette dressing.
Passageways in and out.
Mmm. To the west, there's a passageway going out. And to the southwest, there's four narrow passageways spidering off multiple directions.
Wow. That's crazy. This is like a little wormhole. What's the play? How about that stairwell?
Yeah, I was thinking
Sure.
about that.
You want to try that?
Sure.
Yep, I agree.
All right, we're going to go scope that stairwell.
The stairwell goes up and stops at a very narrow, twisting passageway to the south.
How narrow?
3 feet. You have to kind of slide sideways down it. If you stand straight ahead moving forward, sometimes your shoulders can get wedged.
You guys in?
But everyone here is pretty lightly armed, so the sideways slinking...
Snail shell, dude.
Yeah, you got to walk forward. You got to kind of... you get stuck and stopped here and there to go through it. Fortunately, it's not rock and stone. It's punky wood.
All right. You guys want to follow the big cork?
Yeah, I mean, let's see where it goes.
Yep.
It branches into a T, going left and right.
Yeah.
To the left, you can hear discussion. You can hear, "They must be found. The queen must be protected at all costs."
Put the glove on.
Why don't we have one of you guys who are quiet, like, go scope it out?
You can hear the buzzing of wings.
What do you think, Michael Jackson? You got the glove on.
All right, I will go down there. I will try to be quiet with my glove on, and I will kind of peek around the corner.
You see a collection of... "13 winged creatures around a lithe humanoid, slender, and a brilliant plant green robe. The 13 little flying creatures are different than the ones that you
Stomped.
stomped. Because besides blinking in and out, being able to turn invisible at will, you also notice that they're changing their form. Like, I will take the form of a dangerous knight. Bloop. I will be a dangerous dragon. Bloop. And they're all like changing and popping and talking about all the different forms they're going to take to terrorize the intruders before they attack.
How big is the room? What kind of room is it?
It's another circular room with twisty passages off of it in multiple directions. 4 additional twisty passages. It's a circular room, oblong.
Does the humanoid look like Daydream?
No, it's male for one.
Oh, okay.
Its ears are elongated. All its features are elongated. It's overtly slender. And then the 13 flying creatures you see blink out. You can hear their wings as they buzz out of the room in multiple directions. And the lithe figure turns on his heels and heads out of one of the passageways, twisting passageways out of the room. Not in the direction that you came from, a different direction.
I take note of which passage he leaves on, and then I go back to the group and tell them what happened.
What kind of a room was it? What did it look like?
Like a sack.
Like, it wasn't like a special room, like a living room or a kitchen or...
Mm-hmm. Nope. It's shaped like a half-filled sack of coins drooping over.
Now, when you basically in terms of the map, we just look at it. When you meant left, did you mean like east or west?
I mean that you are lucky you get to draw a map in this situation, because it should be much more fast moving. So if it's not very clear, too bad.
Okay, I was just saying left, right. I'm good. We'll go with ambiguity.
You can go left or right.
What's the play, gentlemen? We're gonna chase these guys down. I think trying to stay away from them seems pretty good to me right now.
Yes.
So take another passage that guy did not go down.
We'll go back to, we have another direction, on the map.
Yeah, go to the other side of the T.
Yeah.
And that, after 20 feet, tees off to the left and right.
Okay. Well, let's go to the left. Whatever the left is. Let's go to the left. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. To the left, you end up at a set of spiral staircases going up, and to the north and south, passageways leading out of this oblong, small room, narrow room, tight. And to the south, your UV special light is glowing off of. There's a room that you can see has many mirrors grown into the wall.
Okay, so there's a room to the south, and then there's a spiral staircase.
Going up.
Yeah. Okay.
And another passage to the north. So there's 3 total passages that join together at the spiral stair.
Gotcha.
One you're standing in, one to your south, one to the north. The one, and as I said, the one to the south, your light is reflecting off many mirrors grown into the wall, the wood and root wall, various sizes.
Wow.
Any sounds? Anything there?
Whispering coming from the room of mirrors. The only other sound is of bugs chewing on rotten wood. Bugs coming out of their pupas, their shells, dropping earwigs into the mud. Click clack of ants.
Hmm. I'm up for checking out what's talking. How about some more stealthy activity? Let's see what's happening.
All right. Glove on. I'll be quiet. I'll go down there.
What's your intelligence, Fairdale?
It is 16.
What?
I know. Yeah.
You'd never know by the way you play, though.
Wow.
What?
Sorry.
What?
I mean, it should be higher. I thought it would be higher.
Backhanded compliments all around. Backhanded compliments all around. Roll percentile, Fairdale.
41.
Okay, and roll a d20.
12.
All of the woeing and suffering that you have ever done comes on you in a wave, but doesn't overwhelm you.
Okay.
And there's been some woe.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Like he's sad.
And then that's just a general feeling I get when I approach the area.
When you get into the room, yeah, when you approach it, you are trying to generally approach it. And now when this feeling goes away, you find that you're staring and looking in the room, staring and looking at one of the mirrors.
Got it. And with the glove on, do I see myself? Do I see anything?
No, you don't see yourself.
Okay.
But the breath of woe and suffering wafts upon you thick and cloying. It takes everything to do with your will to not make you cringe or weep.
And it's just a
you
room.
You haven't wept since you ran into Clarette. Or whatever. Isolda, I think Isolda made you weep.
I look around. Nothing else. Like literally, the room is just surrounded by mirrors.
Yeah, they're like grown. They're in the walls and ceilings.
Okay.
You are not really drawn to any of them. It's hard to take your eyes off on the one that you just were looking at.
Cool.
Passageway. You probably want to know if there's any exits out of here, right?
Yeah.
There's one exit to the north out of this room.
All right. So I'll go back and I'll explain that the room is unpleasant. And try my best to convey that and indicate there is a exit if we want to go that way, but I imagine everybody's going to feel bad if they do.
Like a night of drinking bad?
It'll affect them mentally, emotionally.
I'm actually thinking, what about this stairwell?
Sure.
Let's just keep going up. I mean, always good things come when you go higher in one of these or down further. Let's go up the stairwell.
It's a circular room. Very narrow because the spiral staircase takes most of the floor space. There's a narrow passageway to the north. It dead ends quickly, and to the south, and it dead ends quickly. And it's very moist. The walls are very moist, and the chutes are much greener in the walls. And the wood is more substantial. It's not punky, and you can't pull chunks out of it.
So healthier.
So there's way out.
There doesn't seem to be a way out. The passage to the north and south stopped very quickly. You could only only 3 people could stand in it at a time before you were in the room with the spiral stair. And they're narrow. I feel a bit crowded with you all up in there, actually. You almost take up the whole space. Well, there's only, what, 4 of you? I guess you guys could stand around the spiral stair and give each other elbow room.
Yes, Goldblum. Yes.
Well, Lumen's gonna go to the north one and just sort of push forward into the see if there's something yields in that dead end to the north.
No. Nope. Does not react to Praetor's foul hand.
Okay. And the stairwell doesn't keep going north? Can you keep going up the stairwell?
Nope. But the wall to the east of the stairwell, as your Praetor's hand brushes against it, seems to fade.
Really?
Like an illusion or something?
Yeah. It's like when it's like a fog of war in Roll D20.
So it starts to open up?
Yeah, to clear, as if you're wiping fog away from off of a window.
Well, I'm going to make those nice hand movements that you do when you're washing the baby.
It's a room, once again, of natural green shoots, roots, and lizards and worms, but it has a grandeur to it that is mesmerizing. And there is Dorvitt saying, and see, they're the most pernicious people. Never be free of them.
Dorvitt. Who's Dorvitt?
And he's speaking. Yeah, and he's speaking to Daydream as the wooden wall between you all melts away.
What kind of room? What does it look like?
It's kidney shaped. It has open windows to the outside. You can see a golden forest bathed in late afternoon light beyond. Everything is either wood or ceramic. Wine glasses, spiders, seats of moss, a bed of writhing vines and leaves.
So, just to be clear, like the passageway, the dead end has now turned into.
Nope. The east side of the wall around the spiral stair is what has opened up. Neither of those short passageways that ended in a dead end. Okay. Nothing happened there. That's all still solid wood.
And the Pale Knight and Daydream are right there.
In the room, yeah. You have distance between yourselves. And he's like going to flourish with his arms and see, we'll never be free of them. They're the most pernicious sort. And she's like, let me rip their arms off. Let me pluck their arms off like wings of a butterfly. It's probably a really good place to stop.
Yeah.
Because we have a major non-player character confrontation here.
Be nice for Toth to fade in from black as well.
Yeah.
So can he even pass through those passages?
Who?
Toth.
We're going to have to, if Toth joins us next time, he's just going to be there.
Yeah.
I mean, we just got to hand wave it.
Yeah.
The question is, does he get to gain a level? Because everyone who gazes upon Daydream's tree palace for the first time is raised a level.
I think
How
so.
else would he get there?
Sounds about right. I also
Guys,
like
you don't want to chew him out of a level.
had we all like scored big, I would probably still share some treasure. Maybe, I don't know. So I would say he would still get something.
You get the level. We won't take a share of the treasure. We have basically 9. Oh, there's clocks going off in the Daydream's room. It's their sparrows that are going out and they're cracking acorns. The time of the tone will be death. At the time of tone will be death. Ding.
I have a question. Did Dorvitt and the woman see us when we were standing there?
When the wall melted, he's talking to you as if he knew you were there.
Right. And then he's the vampire, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And
He's the pale knight.
Yep. He looks dapper, unflustered, calm, cool, and collected. And Daydream looks like she's fit to rip your arms out. Your sockets, like a Chewbacca to Wookiee. She's got the Wookiee defense, the Chewbacca defense. She's showing the Chewbacca defense.
You should do that.
No problemo.
She's a shrieker. She's like it's not golden throated streams of verse coming out of her mouth. But the raising of the level is to simulate experiences Knights of the Round Table, Arthurian knights would have upon passing through realms. It was always an elevating and exceptional experience. So I am raising you all a level for it to represent that. That's where that's coming from.
I don't think anyone's complaining. Anyone complaining?
Yeah, I don't want to do this. No.
I wanted to give you some fluff. I put some thought into it. I just want to get it out there and drop it.
All right.
Very cool.
Cool, guys. Thanks, Jay.
I don't write these
thank
things
you
just
for
to keep
today.
them to myself. Yeah, very good game. Thanks for getting us back into the swing of things, gentlemen.
Catch you guys later.
Have a good Sunday and
Yeah.
see you up the road.